I just want to show something over the side. Come with me real quick. Do you see those sheets of metal down there? That's what this boat started out with. It was delivered, it was 1 year ago exactly.
We got the first delivery of the alley for the boat build. Doesn't look like much, but some big exciting days now ahead to pull this apart and start the first section of the build.
And since then, we've put in thousands upon thousands of hours of labor. Happy birthday, dear Delos 2.0. Happy birthday to you. Hooray! Hooray! Yay! Can't believe it's been a year, guys. High five!
What has been your favorite part about the last year?
I just love working on the boat. You spend so much time designing a system and then seeing all the pieces come together from all over the world and then fit together like the propulsion system did and the hull did, and most things have so far. It's just, I love it when a plan comes together. So how do you feel, Dan? 1 year in, are we where you thought we would be?
I think so. I think
yeah, I think we're ahead of where I imagined we'd be after 1 year.
Yep.
Because most people say minimum of 2 years,
Yep.
and sometimes 3 years. Or 4 years, it just keeps on going.
I think we're going good.
But for us to be working on the fit out after 12 months, that's pretty damn good. We thought maybe we'd take just a few minutes to show you some of the design features of the boat that I personally think really make it stand out. Just a little walk around.
Yeah.
Let's start downstairs. But today isn't just a progress report. It's a story about the gap between dreaming and doing. About the pride you earn when you build something with your very own hands, and what it took to get here today. So is that a go then?
I think so.
Decision made.
One decision made out of 10,000. Okay, so we wanted to film a few questions. Now we're all newbies in the project.
Predictions.
I know, predictions, and see.
What will be the most challenging part of the build?
The sheer workload. Just like there is infinite work that needs to be done.
It is a very physical job. I don't think I really considered how physical of a job it is being on your feet 10, 11 hours a day, crouching down, working on your knees, getting up, getting into small spaces. It's like I feel it in my body every day.
I think I hurt my back. In fact, I know I hurt my back, and I've got shooting pains running down my leg.
Oh, God. We could work 24 hours a day, like 7 days a week, and it still wouldn't be enough. Sometimes you feel like super overwhelmed with all the things that is on your to-do list, and I find that I'm just like, you know, kind of stressing out sometimes, like, oh my God, there's so much to do. I tend to think about things after we come home too.
You have a real trouble turning things off.
Yeah.
Like Brian said, I've always struggled with just turning off. My mind is like constantly racing with all the things I want to do, and it usually leaves me feeling anxious, exhausted, and stressed out. And if you've been following us for a while, you've probably seen like glimpses of this in the videos, and it's not always easy to talk about. And I feel like there's still this weird pressure to have it all figured out. And honestly, I don't think anybody has a perfect life. And I think we all go through rough patches. And sometimes what's really helped me is like listening to an inspirational podcast or reading a really good book or talking with a friend. But there has also been times when I personally have needed more, and talking with a credentialed therapist has really made a difference. So in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, BetterHelp is the pay partner of this week's video. I'm working together with them to help normalize reaching out for help when we need it. When I found the right therapist that I really clicked with, that person asked me the right questions and really helped me see things in like a whole new way. And the support and tools really helped me make like positive changes moving forward. So if you think that therapy could help you too, click the link in the description or I'll put it right here on the screen to betterhelp.com/Delos to get matched with a credentialed therapist and get 10% off your first month. Okay, now back to the show.
So far, we're doing pretty good.
Well, one little small step at a time. And
How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time?
yeah.
And today was no exception.
So we are in full swing working on the interior. Right now, started kind of mapping out and deciding the salon area where the sofa is gonna be here on starboard side. You know, depending on how big and deep we make the sofa, it determines and it goes into the cabin underneath. So this is if the sofa is further out, so it's a less of an L shape compared to the drawing that we have it so it's a way bigger sofa and it sticks out more into the master cabin. You know, I want to think a little bit outside the box. I want to try different things. Maybe none of it will work, maybe none of it will happen, but I want to do like, instead of, I wouldn't just buy a normal sofa and fit it in there. I want to, maybe none of this will happen, but it's going to be fun to see if it will. If we push it in a little bit,
You obviously got a loose saloon space.
yeah. So it's all pros and cons, like anything we decide.
It purely comes down to whether you want that part of your bed. That's the biggest negative there, and the biggest negative here is obviously you can't have a massive table.
Yeah. We just have to think about how we're going to use the space.
Really, when we're on the boat, we're spending most of our time up here. We're going to be going down there and sleep for a couple hours. That's
Yeah, we spent the better part of, I don't know how long, maybe like an hour or so discussing back and forth. I think I'd rather have a huge space up there. The way that we use the space, we rather have a bigger space up by the sofa and the galley and sacrifice some space by our bed, which is going to be on my side apparently. That's the beauty of designing your own boat. You get to decide exactly what we want and how we're going to use the space. Now Dan and Dane can start fabricating all the supports that's needed for the panels and for everything in the roof in the starboard side.
Wow, there is a lot of stuff going on in the shop today, a lot of different trades. Dan and Dane are over in the starboard hull working on some of the interior panels and installing the fast mounts and all the railing. And then Steve and Steve are here. They're making some templates and running their lasers and taking measurements for the cabinetry and the porthole.
To be able to basically draw it in their 3D program, and then from there we will work towards kind of like how it fits and the exact measurements and all of that stuff. I think if we have shelves, I'm not gonna have lights in every shelf. It just becomes too much.
And then you've got Kaza like working between everybody and answering all of their questions.
And I definitely feel now like moving, you know, when we moved into the interior, that was a way bigger part of my kind of involvement in the boat. And it's been kind of scary, but also very satisfying and very rewarding.
Yeah, another really big highlight for me was the transition from the majority of the metal fabrication work into the systems fit out, because you know, I was like literally just swimming to keep my head above water with the metal fabrication because it was all so new to me. And I was learning every day and trying to keep up with the guys who've been doing it for their whole lives. But when we flipped over to the systems, like that's stuff that I feel a lot more comfortable with. So.
What's going on in here?
We're working on installing some conduits, so I've cut some holes from the compartment that will house all the batteries and the electronics, the inverters and all of that stuff, and now I'm leading conduits down into the holes for DC and AC wiring. And so 2 of these will be dedicated to DC power, and then 1 will be dedicated to AC power.
Such a productive day today. I can't believe that we're 1 year into this boat build and we're already gotten so far and achieved so much. So it's a good day today. What an amazing week. We got so much done. So now we take the weekend and then we come back Monday.
We're up, guys. We're up. Go to the beach like people do. For drinks and sundowners.
Exciting.
Drinks and sundowners are the same thing.
Are you excited to go to the beach?
Yes!
Beach time! There we go. I'm so excited to see like XX amount of time from now, like what are, you know, like we look back at this, you just be like, those
Is
people.
Sierra gonna be like this tall?
It's gonna be like
A decade from now?
Those people, they had no idea. Ha ha ha.
I miss you, Mom. I miss you so much.
How was school today, Sierra?
Oh,
What did you do?
Played and eat.
I did gardening, a lot of gardening.
Hey, that sounds like fun.
I want to see my bedroom.
You do? Yeah. Okay, come on up.
Oh yeah. You know where your bedroom is?
Wait back here.
What do you think?
It's amazing.
Is it cool? Climb up here, climb up here. So you have one bed down here
Which
that
can be
you
your
can
play
play on. That can be your play bed, and then this can be your bunk bed up here. Do you want to get up there?
Did you like it?
I love it, but I think the roof needs to be bigger.
You think the roof needs to be bigger?
I could go to bed and then wake up in the morning and bonk my head.
What's in here?
A shower looks really good.
Yeah, so we have this custom shower head that we made, and we're gonna put some LED lights around here to make it look really cool.
Yep.
This
And
is your shower,
This is
Sierra.
your shower, Sierra.
And this is also the mom and dad's and Momo's.
Well, maybe more.
More,
We're
because look.
gonna have our own in the other hole.
My highlight though with the build has definitely been seeing things come together. So like, you know, you plan, you do so much research, and then, you know, it takes usually quite a long time, and then all of a sudden something just like comes together and it's done. Just to show kind of just like how this space came to life, you know, like I started with just the flat kind of like plan and then sections, and then I did the model for this room, and then me and Dan, you know, worked on like how is this all gonna come together, and just thinking about how this room looked like a couple of months ago, not even. I'm gonna do a little clap to show. Do you think that will work?
Yeah, it'll work.
Like a few before and after pictures.
Okay, do it.
And that satisfaction of just like, you created something really cool and you designed it and you did the research and you worked with the people, and yeah, that has been really, really amazing. Every time I kind of walk into the boat, I'm just like, holy smokes, like
Yep.
it is so freaking cool.
We thought maybe we'd take just a few minutes to show you some of the design features of the boat that I personally think really make it stand out.
Let's
Just
do
a
it.
little walk around.
Yeah.
Let's start downstairs. So this is one of the first decisions we made, is we decided to go with 6 mil hull plates. Instead of the standard 5 mil, we upped it, which increases the thickness of this plate and the strength and everything for the waterline. The rest of it is still the same. Another cool feature is the prop and the shaft is protected by the skeg plate up here. The rudder's also protected. This allows us to have a little bit, it's not a very fragile system, it's a more kind of robust construction. It'll also allow us to hit things, although we intend not to. It does happen. And we can also beach the boat. We went ahead and went with mini keels. So mini keels instead of dagger boards. Just for simplicity, ease of construction, we get a little bit more space inside. We lose a little bit of performance. It's always a trade-off. We also put our water tanks in there, which I think was a cool use of space. It's keeping weight low. It's keeping weight in the center of the boat, and then we don't have to take up any hull space for water tanks. This is a giant trampoline area. You have a pretty big design decision to make on a catamaran as far as like how far forward your bridge deck comes. And if you look at a lot of boats that are really trying to optimize for internal volume, one solution is to take the bridge deck, you push it further out, it gives you more interior space for bunks and living space, but it also moves the weight forward, it decreases the trampoline area, which is just nothing, it's light, right? And so we opted to go with a little bit smaller interior space and a little bit better sailing performance by keeping the ends of the boat very light. Look at these bows. Meant to slice through the water, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at the construction, so that is the fabrication of the bow. So that first 1 meter you can see is all reinforced crash compartment that's all sealed off. So that structure goes from like right here to, you can almost see the weld line about right here.
This aft kind of hangout area is actually the space on the boat that I always get kind of like impressed with how big it is.
The really defining things about this are the extended roof that goes out over the back.
Yeah.
Because we're always looking for shade. We're always wanting to stay dry, stay out of the sun. So that's a good way to do it. And it increases our water catchment, it increases our solar panels.
Yeah, there's a lot of things with that.
Yeah.
It's big though.
It's big.
Whenever it comes out of the shed, I'm like, whoa.
Which means that this can be like an outside galley, barbecue grill, sink, fridge out here, and just like a hangout space.
Yeah.
And a really convenient place to bring the dinghy up to off the blocks off the back and just go right off the back with the dive gear, the tank, so no more like going down over the rail or anything like that.
Yeah.
Can I do two?
No, you can do one.
Okay, I have to pick one. If I have to pick one, it's the outside galley. Like just having like that area to lounge and having the dinghy platform and the dive tanks and the compressor and like my barbecue grill and like a sink and just that whole area for entertaining and swimming, I think is gonna be sweet. And also,
I think I know your second one.
The forward cockpit, it's so cool.
It's gonna be the helm right here. So we have a huge, like really nice kind of inside, but you can be protected.
We have great visibility all the way around from
There's
this
a lot
position.
of windows.
What is something that you didn't expect?
Something I didn't expect was actually how incredible Sierra is doing in school.
Sierra's gonna sing a song that she's been learning in school for us. And go!
We are one, but we are many. The wind which we come with sad dreams and sing with one voice. I am, you are, we are Sierra. Goodbye, everyone.
That was amazing, Sierra. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have a special visitor today, all the way from the distant land of Fiji. There he is.
Oh my God.
What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Oh man, dude, it's been a while, huh?
Welcome to Australia.
First time.
So it's your first time in Australia?
First time ever, yeah, man.
Sweet, man. Look at this. Look what we've been up to.
Beast. What is this thing? Oh my God.
That's our monster boat.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, pretty sweet, right?
That's awesome, man.
So, what are the future plans?
We're gonna go sailing for a couple months.
Yeah, we booked our tickets back to Delos, and it
How do you feel about it?
It feels both. I feel
A little bit mixed?
Yeah, overwhelmed a little bit. There's a lot of things going on with it.
We have
But
so much momentum on the project right now. It's a huge debate. We have so many people working. We're here every day, all day, just pushing things along, and it doesn't seem like the right time to leave. But on the other hand, we only get 2 years in French Polynesia, and if we don't move Delos out of French Polynesia by May, then we have to pay the import taxes, which is a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
And so we decided to take a little family holiday. I'm gonna go earlier. I'm gonna go the beginning of April.
And then I come in the end of April, and
I'm gonna work on the boat and get everything ready, get her in the water, fix all the stuff that's probably broken, and then you and Sierra will show up a couple weeks later, and then we'll look for weather, and then we'll sail and try to make it to Fiji. What is the question that we get the most?
The question we get the most is definitely... I actually rewatched a video that me and Brian did at the beginning, so exactly 1 year ago, and we got asked the same question, and we had 2 different answers.
I think we're gonna launch the boat on the 22nd of August, 2026.
I think we're gonna launch the boat December 2025.
That just shows how much like Brian is an optimist and I'm a pessimist. Okay, we'll see.
Okay.
When will the build be done?
And what is my answer? It'll be done when we put it in the water. We're enjoying the process. We're in no hurry. We like living here. It's fun. It's a challenge. It's something different for us after being on the sea for like 15 years. Whew. It's a real physical job, this one.
You like it though, huh?
I like physical work. It's nice.
Yeah.
You like it, Dan?
Oh, love it. This is living. This is what we say is living.
In this year, what has been the most fun? What did you enjoy the most?
We're probably working with you, Kaz.
Aww. Did Brian stand up and get away? No, but what did you enjoy the most? Like, what has been the most kind of like, that was really cool?
I want to say all them people that say that we couldn't do it.
And now we have a boat that we can walk around on and fill with cool stuff.
The metal work compared to the interior work, what do you like the most?
Smoke up.
Come on, that was not an option.
That's a curt answer.
I thought you were gonna do the propulsion system.
Oh, that's also very cool. The hybrid propulsion system is very
You
sweet.
cannot pick 2 though, that's too much.
Oh, okay.
What did you enjoy the least?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough one. I'll have to think.
Like, has it been
Can I
hard?
find a friend?
So you don't like being seasick? That's your favorite part on land, that it doesn't move?
Yeah.
That's good. I don't like to be seasick either.
Then why didn't say so?
Do you have any questions
I've
for
had
Brian?
time to think.
Oh no!
My answer about the most disappointing thing is when my music gets turned down.
Oh, for filming.
How'd it go, Dan?